middle of a thought. For one
I
thing,
know you don't.
it's awkward, and it makes it awkward for editing. There we go. Story. Yes, we are. Wake up.
If Otto is not here within 5 seconds, I am walking upstairs.
My god. We're streaming?
We
Oh
are.
my god.
Oh my god. I can't believe it.
It's a miracle.
Toaster lemonade.
Oof.
The miracle never happened. Every fucking Ace Attorney fan at, like, every fucking, like, major game announcement when they don't announce Ace Attorney 7. I see hundreds of those memes, just, the miracle never happened.
There he is.
Hi!
So I will say, it was hilarious. Like, oh fuck, was it only, like, last year? Seeing, like, the Investigations games getting re-released and 2 finally being, like, officially translated.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, oh my god! And now we're back to miracle. Never happened.
Never happened.
I'd call that a miracle.
I do too. It's like, literally, we thought that game was fucking abandoned, and then they re-released the Great Ace Attorney, as it is now called.
Yes.
And, like, literally every Ace Attorney fan was like, hang on! We thought that game was abandoned too! There's hope!
Now, where's our Phoenix Wright Professor Layton collection?
Oh, we're never getting that.
Collection, it's one game.
It's one game.
Well, where is it?
We're not getting that.
The miracle never happened.
I can guarantee you we're not getting that.
Well, I don't
At
know.
least not anytime soon.
We thought we weren't getting Investigations too.
There's a difference between, like, we thought this was abandonware, and this game's just kind of boring.
Oh.
Don't get me wrong, I love the mystery of that game. I loved playing through it, but I can understand that why they would probably not remaster that one.
Yeah. Sad.
It's also not really their IP 100% because it's a crossover. So that puts some sticks in the butt.
Alright, well. Welcome.
I do think it would be considered a sin if Professor Layton had, like, a professional voice actor, if he doesn't already. I'm not familiar with that series enough to tell you. But if Professor Layton doesn't sound Professor Layton, I think there would be problems.
Yeah. Welcome. Ladies, gents, both and neither. It's time for part 2 of this case. Also, I have to mute in 5 minutes to put fabric softener in my laundry.
Oh, because big reveal!
I was given, so right before this, I was given a protein shake.
Oh.
I've never had a protein shake, but I've heard they're disgusting.
They're hit or miss.
Okay. I'm gonna take a sippy. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, my opinion is that they are drinks.
They sure are drinks.
It's not bad, it's weird.
Right, yeah. Wait, where's the weird pink cat?
Reconvene.
Espion's not here.
He was doing something in Minecraft earlier that might have, like, fully enveloped his attention span.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe.
He's still in Curse Forge right now.
Oh, okay.
As our witness, Miss Olga Orley recovered.
Yes, Your Honor! Well, she's regained consciousness.
I want to fucking hear, like, a tech deck along that swoop of Winston Payne's hair. Perhaps we can hear her version of the events again?
That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued.
You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Pay. Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify. Or prosecute.
Savage.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Because, like, I was about to say something
my
as
God.
Pain, and Pain literally did the, like, no response.
Hang on, I just realized
Hmm.
Kristoff's suit. That man is mirroring Phoenix Wright's suit colors almost to a T.
Oh my god, wait, he is.
Yeah.
Oh.
The defense would like to request that Miss Orley take the stand. Very well. The witness will take the stand.
I think the witness will take the stand. Sorry, I was getting a
The
yogurt
witness has accepted the guilt.
bite.
The witness has accepted the guilt. The witness has accepted balls.
Perhaps you could accept your guilt. Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession.
Yet.
No.
Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poorer loser.
Damn.
This man is savage!
Not.
Here she is!
Bet you didn't think she was hot, did you?
So, you know the accent? The accent is completely gone now.
Nice. Sick. That's part of her character. Then she was like sneaking in and out. Name's Olga Orley. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quickfingers Orley.
Oh. Oh, really?
No, Orley.
Hey, Jeannie, you'll never guess what you just fucking did.
Did I ding?
Read the line.
Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian. Emma.
Congratulations.
I can't believe I remembered that off fucking hand.
That was so fast. Why is it happening?
How long have we been live?
Not, it's 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes.
7.5 minutes, yeah.
Good job. You got like a 5-minute ding as we resume this trial.
Yay.
I'm not really Russian. And my name sounds like, oh, really? There, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied.
Oh, she's hot.
She's a
damn.
baddie, though.
Oh.
She is. Oh.
Coffin says I had a full minute of ads. Yeah.
No!
That's how it goes.
She looks like she'd be. I don't want to say a water type gym leader just based on like the more piratey aesthetic.
She looks like she'd be a part of Team Aqua.
She does.
I also, fabric softener. I have to mute. I'm sorry. I'll be back.
Okay.
You gotta soften your fabric. I do think it's nice how Apollo like inverts Phoenix's suit colors.
Yeah.
Then again, so does Edgeworth.
True.
Oh, but one of those is because it's gay, and the other is because he's a protagonist.
Yeah. The other one is like turning a new light onto the series. It's like, look at your new pro tag.
As opposed to, look at this piece of ass. He'll be your favorite.
I hope Jeannie's ready for like the worst lawyer gimmick in the entire series, in my opinion.
I think it's only considered the worst because there's some things that would make it uncomfortable.
I think it's because of it might just be this game because of how extremely like lenient it is on like what you have to do. Like it'll give you like the entire testimony to find one small like animation that probably only plays for like a few frames on a very specific part of their body. Like I think that's why I struggled with it because you have to know what they're lying about before they even do it, pretty much.
I mean, I don't think I really had any issues with that.
Mm.
Mostly because, like, there's usually some, like, based on what they say, there's, like, some, like, feeling just, like, there's more here that you're not quite stating.
Yeah.
And there's only so many, like, nervous tics that someone could have.
Right. I just wish that everyone was as obvious as Spark Brushel.
Spark Brush is the one that took me the longest to find.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
It's probably made the impact of that so much fucking greater for me. I'm just like, oh god!
Yeah, I can't wait to see, like, how easy or difficult Jeannie finds this.
I'm so excited to voice Spark Brushel, you have no idea.
Yeah, you were instantly like, I'm Spark Brushel, and I'm like, okay. Didn't think you would want
You
that.
want to know why I decided to get Spark Brushel? Because of one animation he has.
Oh.
Sadly, I'm on a delay, so I don't think I'll be able to time my bit to the animation, but that's editing Genie's problem.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe you'll actually have a setup before we get there. We got a whole game to get through.
Alright, because like, I'm gonna send you the animation I'm thinking of, just because it's such a specific animation.
Yeah.
There's something about like the slow nod.
I returneth.
Otto says, I just messed up something I'm painting so bad I have to start over. Oh no, baby!
No!
What do you mean you have to start over? What happened?
Did you read this line?
No.
Okay, sweet.
Genie, do you have faith in me to be able to voice an 18-year-old girl?
I have every faith in you to voice whoever you damn well please.
Oh god.
Why?
That's not the answer I was looking for.
Well, goddamn. I'll tell you I don't believe in you next time.
Witness! You will tell the court what you were really up to that night.
Fine, I'll talk.
She looks like she would respond to that with saying, I was fucking your mom, what about it?
She does!
She does! Fine.
Otto says, I just have to start over that area, but still. Oh, okay.
No.
I'm sorry, baby.
We had a plan, see?
Let me remind you that you are currently under oath.
Yeah, I was under your dad last night.
Penalty.
Any further fabrications or frolicking about with my father will have serious consequences.
Fine.
Gallivanting Jezebel.
Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy Smith hired me to do what I do best. I was
I
planted
love her
at...
bandana.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was planted at the Borscht Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game. As a waitress.
So you were in cahoots with the victim. I've lost his voice, haven't I?
Oh no, they've lost the plot.
Not really.
No, he sounds the same.
Okay.
Not that he needed my help. Smith was a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It's about destroying a legend. The unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple. Elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games.
Can we pause on this?
This
is so homoerotic.
It is, my god.
The way he's grabbing his wrist.
The way Phoenix looks so blissful.
Oh my god, we can't let Edgeworth know he's cheating on him. You think they have an open marriage?
He divorced Kristoff. They're on a break.
Like, I think Phoenix's relationship status right now is it's complicated, and Kristoff's relationship status is don't fucking ask me.
When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search right.
No. Phoenix's relationship status is it's complicated, and Kristoff's is wouldn't you like to know, other boy?
Yeah.
And Kristoff's is good fucking luck, buddy.
He would then pull out the planted card and this trap would snap shut. You swapped the cards.
You swapped the cards.
Exposed as a cheater and losing on top of it. It would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces.
Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast doubt on his prior wins.
A 7-year legend, destroyed by one little card. That was the plan.
I almost punched my desk.
Oh, really? Orally? How droll. But it appears you've made quite the mistake. A mistake? I agree. The trap is elegant. Not as elegant as my hair, but still not bad. And what happened to that planted card?
Hey, that's right. Now I've got it back.
He's lucky, I'll give him that. You'd have to be to slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quickfingers Orly.
Oh, really?
Shut the fuck up.
Well, this would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shtick.
Wow.
I
Is that a
disagree
screenshot?
heavily.
Is that a screenshot?
I heavily
no.
disagree.
Me too. I like her like this. She can step on me.
Cute. Who wants to be cute? I'm not cute. I'm bad. You hear me? Bad.
When you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court? Have you considered that? Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung.
I literally just did, but okay.
Do it again.
No.
Using
You tell us
testimony.
again. More detail. You will be pressed.
That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to. And Wright lost the last hand just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched it. But the planted card was gone. Trap failed. Next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was a no-good cheating defendant. No good cheating defendant, yet you were causing him to cheat.
A surprisingly frank testimony that still leaves us mostly in the dark.
To clear that up, I think she 100 believes that Phoenix was cheating to be undefeated for 7 years. This trap is just to, like, catch him on it by planting, like, fake evidence.
Okay.
But she still believes that he's a cheater.
Trap was perfect, I tell you, perfect. If that rotten cheater hadn't messed it up.
Look who's talking!
Oops.
My badge.
Wait,
Did you enjoy it,
what was
Mr.
this
Gavin?
depiction of the badge?
I worked so hard on it, sir.
Why must you pull that out every single time?
I've watched all of Mr. White's cases. I've learned from the best.
As your teacher, you disgust me.
That would, like, make him go home with his head, like, fucking drooped as low as possible.
Oh, her
Justice,
portrait's
that...
changed.
Yep.
Put that shit away, Justice.
Can't put it
You were
away,
taught
sir.
for a reason.
I'm wearing it.
I do not need it in my face.
I was just looking at it. It wasn't in your
in
face.
front of my face.
You're next to me.
You.
Why is the defense over there playing with cardboard?
Don't even joke about that, Miss Orley. You have no idea what this whole room has seen.
I don't care
Well, the
what
testimony, for what it's worth, is all yours, Mr. Justice.
With witnesses like her, who needs criminals? And with defendants like
Right.
Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors?
Okay. Wait. Planted card was gone.
Why would Phoenix I don't know if I haven't looked at the walkthrough, but why would Phoenix still
What the
hit
fuck
him?
would he swing a bottle?
Yeah.
He lost the hand and he wasn't caught cheating.
This feels like a pressing situation.
Yeah,
does.
this feels like a pressing. I feel like I press, like, either one of these. So basically, I get information, like... I basically get the information to say, well, Phoenix had no motive then.
Right. The card disappeared?
Yeah, my trump card, the 5 of hearts. God, without a trace. Poof. Zippo. We searched every nook and cranny. Even inside his cute little hat.
I can't believe Phoenix Wright was subjected to a cavity search in the Borscht Bowl Club.
I also want you to know that in the investigation games, when Edgeworth starts an investigation, he's like, I'll not be through until I've investigated every single nook and cranny. Do you think he investigated Phoenix Wright's body?
Oh, yes. More than once.
Now hold still, Wright. I need to get my magnifying glass.
But the
I
card
must
was no
inspect every nook and cranny.
every nook and cranny. But the card was nowhere to be found. Is this correct?
Never in my long storied career. Never has Quick Fingers Orley been so readily duped.
Oh, really? So what did happen to that 5 of hearts?
I'm gonna come up to that bench.
And you'll be smacked by my gavel. What about it?
What does quick-fingered even mean? You're a dealer, right? Or is it a euphemism? Excuse me, Miss Orley.
You know what?
I
Gus?
hate all
think
of
you're
you.
right. I think it is a euphemism.
Right?
I hate all of you. Don't look at me. Why don't you ask that cheating, lying, two-faced defendant?
So the 5 of hearts is still missing in action.
He ate it.
I wouldn't put it past him!
He ate it!
Chris just like turns over. Like, well, Mr. Wright, what happened to the 5 of hearts? And he just got that sad puppy dog look. I ate it.
I ate it. I ate
And
it.
you hear Mia screaming. "Ah!"
Oh, that card was poisoned!
That's fine. I'll walk it off.
So, everything went according to plan.
Exactly. 5th ace came up, so it's obvious the switch went off without a hitch. Once the extra card was found in his pockets, Wright would be forever known as a cheat and a fraud.
Those are the worst things to be known as, I suppose.
They're
They're all
worse
worse things.
Yeah.
Fuck. You know what?
Those are the worst cheats and frauds. Fuck them.
How many murderers come through this courthouse on a daily basis. Really, it's just... I'll never forget the one person who tried to cheat me. Did I treat me out of a fucking full house?
He cheated me out of a crisp country bagel.
Ow!
It was an everything bagel. With cream cheese!
What kind of cream cheese, Your Honor?
It was plain cream cheese.
Oh,
He still
okay.
took it from me.
Right.
He was lactose intolerant. Why did he even take it?
I was just curious, because, you know, sometimes, you know, especially with an everything bagel, you'll get, like, vegetable cream cheese, or, like...
Garlic cream
You know.
cheese.
Yeah, garlic cream cheese. Blueberry cream cheese is always a good for dessert.
What the fuck? They make new cream cheeses these days? Oh.
I mean, when you buy cream cheese, Your Honor, do you not see the different flavors next to the plain?
I thought those were brands.
Blueberry brand cream cheese.
Oh. I understand how this garlic brand sold so much bread.
Espion just messaged me and says, I'm eating at a steakhouse for birthday.
Oh!
I guess it doesn't say for my birthday, so I don't know if it's his birthday. If it is, happy birthday.
It is.
Yeah! Hey!
It is
Okay!
indeed his birthday.
Happy birthday, Espion!
Miss Orley, tell us what happened with the search.
Oh.
What did you press?
This.
Right, picked up the bottle and swung it.
Oh,
Yeah. Wait, isn't that a little odd?
What's up?
You searched Mr. Wright, thoroughly, and found nothing?
Searched him thoroughly.
What, did you strap him down? What are you implying? Why'd you say it like that?
oh, he was shot down all right, Justice.
I was strapped down all right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Which means he didn't cheat. Which means he had no reason to strike the victim.
Well. What was that? Wait, what? What am I doing? What the fuck is wrong with me?
Jeannie?
Am I okay?
I thought that was Jeannie's actual reaction. What was that just now? I sensed something.
I was so in tune with Apollo.
Jeannie's just the protagonist. That's all we...
Like I said, I didn't think that she was reading the line. I thought that Jeannie was, like, literally reacting.
Well, because I also said it in my voice. I didn't do a voice
Yeah.
for him. I just said it in
No.
my voice.
Something
was
wrong,
that just
Mr.
now?
Justice?
What was that just now? No, nothing, Your Honor. What to do? Should I press her a little harder?
You would want to press Olga Orley a little harder, you freak.
Miss Orley, you're hiding something. How big was that strap?
What are you talking about? You! How big that strap is my business.
The defense will refrain from baseless accusations! I have one question for the witness, then.
I mean, that got perfectly cut off in the injection.
You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true?
Of course it's true. I did see it, honest. I saw it when Mr. Wright hit him. With my own eyes, I saw it.
What's this weird vibe I'm getting?
Her tell is when she's grabbing her hair like that. That's her tell. That witness, for instance, Miss Orley, she would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice?
Touching her neck, was it? Is that her erogenous zone? I'm so sorry.
What the fuck is happening?
Whoa! What is going on? This sensation. It's coming into focus. There. That twitch. It's so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit like I couldn't before. Gotcha! That is my favorite voice line from this game, the gotcha. Miss Orly.
So,
Yeah.
That's just a quick little introduction to what Apollo's whole shtick is.
Yeah, welcome
Whenever
to this
someone's
lawyer
lying
gimmick.
to his fucking face, he focuses really hard and stares at them like he's a little bit deranged until he figures out what their nervous tick is.
So, Phoenix is like... Well, Phoenix didn't have a lawyer gimmick in court, I suppose, but Phoenix's lawyer gimmick so far was like the Magatama. Apollo's is that, which is called Perceive. Perceive is only used in court, which, again, it's kind of cool. Magatama was only out of court, Perceive is only in court.
Well, he's used out of court.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, it's used, I know for a fact it's used out of court in like later games at the very least. I don't remember exactly if it's used out of court in this game, but I know it is usable out of court.
That's what I mean. Because future games will give every lawyer like an in-court ability and an out-of-court ability. But for this game, I believe it's only in court.
Not every lawyer, I think.
Does Athena not?
Yeah, no, not every lawyer.
Okay. Miss Orly, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself.
Actually, I think it is just Apollo who uses it in both instances.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think it is just Apollo.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to sneeze really bad, but it didn't come out.
I was sneezing real bad earlier.
Oof.
Angus told me it sounded like someone came into your room and you sneezed as self-defense.
Unaware of what?
Whenever you get a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand.
My neck? My back?
My pussy and my crack?
My pussy and the 5 of hearts?
And then the 5 of hearts? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So what?
I love to press against your 5 of hearts.
What indeed, Justice?
That's euphemism for womb.
I know.
Congratulations.
I know.
Ah, the easy bake oven of the soul.
Fuck's sake.
Read your goddamn line.
And not say anything of the sort.
When she says that part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory, and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it. A memory? Would someone care to explain what he's babbling about?
Do you not remember what you had for breakfast, Mr. Payne?
I had fish and eggs.
Who the fuck has fish for breakfast? It's a penalty.
What's wrong with fish?
It's quite
Nothing inherently about, like, breakfast?
It's tasty.
Have you ever had fish and chips, Your Honor? It's really yummy.
I don't believe in chips.
Mr. Wright,
Except for poker
please,
chips.
get back in your seat.
It's a quiet gamer. This is highly unusual. But let's ask the defense. You claim this witness is remembering something. Can you prove it?
Can you prove it?
Maybe you have some evidence of this memory to show us?
Little shit. Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So, what would remind her most of the moment of the crime? Miss Orly, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I've noticed it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left an inerasable impression on your neck is this.
Thank you for saying the moment of the crime 3 different fucking times, Apollo.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hey, use L and R.
I was using up and down, actually.
Oh. Weird and homophobic. Moment of the crime. The weapon that left an impression.
Do you want to talk about your thought process?
I mean, there's literally nothing else it could really be.
Yeah. we're just lingering for a bit, so... Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. And what reminds us more of the moment than this bottle? The murder weapon.
You're really caught up on this whole crime thing, Mr. Justice. Are you alright?
The moment of the crime.
Moment of the crime.
It's momenting. Crime. But something doesn't fit. If you were only the witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain? What's he talking about now? It was Mr. Smith, the victim who was hit, not you. This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture. You can't just make shit up. We have rules. We have
I was
process.
I was trying to come up with something funny, and then a car alarm started going off.
Oh. The witnesses.
Cross colonoscopy.
Cease immediately. Also, my throat kind of hurts. I'm gonna get a.
Yeah, fucking posture check, idiot.
Huh? Who's posture checking?
You.
Your mother.
Because you're standing.
I'm not standing, actually. I didn't even have to get out of my seat.
Oh.
Oh, fuck you then.
The witnesses.
Hang on, let me open up Twitch and should have really posture checked.
I already did kind of fix my posture, though.
Hang on, I'll break mine so that Angus's.
Yeah, I'll
legs don't
break
go
my
to waste.
posture.
All right, go ahead.
You know what?
Please hurry, my back actually hurts sitting like this. I am sideways.
I can do one better.
Angus, I swear to God.
The witnesses' habits? They're completely irrelevant!
That's not posture check.
Yeah, I'll stretch. That's okay.
I know, but it's equally helpful.
Yeah.
Do it. This is for your own good. And my amusement.
My amusement.
Yeah, hey, Angus, guess what? You get to stretch too.
Yep.
I did.
Good.
Good.
Stretch myself out right around that.
Oh, I needed that stretch.
Yeah.
Oh, good, good.
See, it gives user involvement.
I could go upstairs and use stretch on you if you want.
I don't think we're allowed to show that on Twitch, but you know,
It's okay.
you do you.
Please press A.
Okay.
Justice? I'll admit, I'm a bit confused myself. What the fuck are you doing?
Hold on,
Stretching.
Kristoff. Hold on, Kristoff. Let him cook.
You're the defendant.
Let him cook.
This is our job.
Let him cook.
Mr. Wright, can you please stop, like, approaching the defense's desk? Can you go back to your seat?
Get back in your seat.
He would. You do the hand thing, too.
This is certainly a unique cross-examination.
I'll explain later. Just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Miss Orley, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment.
Yet, I'm knowing nothing. This man's patience is being tested.
We know you're not Russian.
It was
The
worth
witness will
trying.
testify, please. Now.
Fine.
So, new line right here. So, please read this.
He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there. That is incorrect. You went upstairs to call the police.
Yes. Miss Orley, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you just said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bowl Club. So explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely.
She went
Did
with
you
him?
follow him, Miss Orley? That sprite's good with the tears in her eyes.
Yeah. The man who picked up a bottle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant.
I love this painting aesthetic.
Me too.
Spider-Man did it.
Showdown time. You dirty cheat. Check its pockets, now. That's Orley.
It's gone! The card's gone!
You lose.
Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to Wright, and he hit me.
Some master of cheating you turned out to be. I think the you lose was Phoenix, actually, like, mocking him.
When I came to,
The victim was already dead. Is that it? Yeah, this Phoenix is a snarky enough bitch to make me believe that, yeah, no, he would say that.
yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh, the card's gone? You lose.
That's also why he looked so, like, smug and content as he was being searched.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure.
So yeah, he hit Orley because Orley failed.
Oh, where does this leave us?
Madness! This is madness! I'm dreaming. It must have been me who was hit with a bottle, and I'm imagining all of this.
Mr. Payne, you've been in a coma for 17 years.
Mr. Payne, the accident wasn't your fault. You have to wake up.
It appears our prosecution is at his wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him. Look at him. He's been through a lot. Hasn't won a case in over 12 years.
Oof. That's rough, buddy.
Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events?
We're about to get into the meat of it!
Oh.
The case is just starting. Mr. Gavin? Sir?
I believe that, as a defense in this case, we are compelled to call Miss Orley a big fat liar.
What?
Three were in the room on the night of the murder. The defendant, the victim, and her. And she has a motive.
Oops.
A motive?
But her plot failed? Or the witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith? And the denouement of that argument was murder.
Denouement?
Fuck you.
What?
What? Since when were you French?
What does that
Sit
mean?
down, Mr. Wright.
What does that mean? I've never heard that before.
It's like climax or finale.
The final resolution or clarification to a dramatic plot.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay.
What? I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to frame me. What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive.
Mr. Wright?
I love that Phoenix Wright shows up on screen and a car alarm starts going off.
So tangled, we catch ourselves in the process.
Mr. Wright!
Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin.
What are you saying?
They're so divorced.
Why not consider the other possibility? That there
Daddy
was...
is here. Coffin says, Daddy is here.
That's Papa Nick right there.
There was another person in the room at the time of the murder.
Right. Like Mr. Wright was saying before recess.
A single card was swapped out into the victim's hand after the murder. And the one who swapped the cards didn't know that two colors of cards were being used. A fourth person.
This theory again! Your fourth person doesn't exist!
Your dignity doesn't exist, Payne.
I'm trying at least!
Yeah.
Why don't you retake the fucking bar, Phoenix Wright?
I don't need to retake the bar to whoop your bitch ass in court. Indeed.
That's so true.
Oh, damn. Get burned, Mr. Payne.
That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch a real criminal.
Real criminal.
Oh, Your Honor, you should be used to this by now.
Yeah.
And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of trial, no less.
What?
Apollo. Perhaps you know what I'm talking about.
Sorry.
Come on, kid, stand up. Remember what I said. The fourth person who swapped the cards made one critical error.
They weren't considering the color on the backs of the cards.
Right. How could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. Yet, there is one person here in our court who thought those cards were blue.
Yeah, I had that impression too. But why? Who told me the cards were blue?
Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was?
It's not me, I swear!
No one thinks you have enough spine to pull this off, Payne, don't worry.
Ugh. I don't know whether to dang it or to breathe a sigh of relief.
Who is this fourth person?
Why do I always get put on the spot like this? Why can't you just say what you're thinking?
Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used up to the final game were blue?
Do you remember, Ginny?
He said blue, like something about blue flames or something.
Their backs were wreathed in blue flames. He was the first person to ever even talk about the cards. He brought them up.
As I expected. Your eyes and ears are sharp as your hair.
I was right?
Christoph Gavin! You were the fourth person that night.
But of course Mr. Kevin knows the color of the cards.
How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is in black and white. You can't tell which of the cards are blue. You can't tell which of the cards are blue, the ones on the floor or the table.
But look! You can see the colors in this photo.
Yeah, this photo was produced today. Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light.
It's true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. But it was only that, a game in the purest sense. A competition, Your Honor.
A competition?
Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. When the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome.
This song also kicks ass.
Yeah.
Well, Christoph?
Mr. Gavin?
Mr. Gavin! Is something the matter? Hmm? No, nothing. Excuse me, I was just so sudden. Right? You aren't seriously accusing me, are you?
Oh, Christoph? You know even I'd never take a joke this far.
This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity!
Why does Peyton always get put on these bullshit cases?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd switch out my laundry. I shall return.
Okay.
That's alright, it's not like this is the climax of the case or anything.
Yeah.
I can't leave my clothes wet in the washer.
This is a good fucking case.
It is. This is like my favorite first case, I believe. Also, to be fair, it's not really the climax of the case. We still have two whole testimonies to get through.
True, but like, goddamn, what a moment.
Yeah.
Also, this being such a good first case is insane.
Yeah. I accuse your mentor. Hang on, Mr. Gavin. I gotta go do my laundry. I don't have time for this.
There you go. I'll just take the reins of this defense from here. Guilty.
Guilty.
Your Honor, this man's a fucking killer.
Your Honor, this man is clearly insane.
Your Honor, this man is clearly gay.
Purely incompetent.
I'm going to change out of these jeans and get comfortable.
Okay. I guess I will take this opportunity to go throw away my protein shake. Well, not
I'm
throw
not
away.
leaving.
I drank it all, but the cardboard.
Oh, I'm not leaving.
Oh.
You are stuck here.
Yeah, I'll just
Alright,
leave
never
a stuck here on
Welcome
this
back,
screen.
fucker.
No, I won't.
No, Jeannie, we made a joke that was gone. It was like, Apollo, I'm accusing your mentor. It's just like, hang on, Phoenix, I gotta go do my laundry. Can you resolve this without me?
He's like, don't worry, Mr. Justice, I'll take it from here. Your Honor, this man's gay.
The defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder?
I'm sorry.
Read your line, Gabe.
Oh, don't worry, Jeannie. He has a better assurance than this.
I assure you, I'm quite sane.
But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim?
I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either.
Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met!
Well, what if they have? What if you don't know shit, Weatherboy?
I love this Phoenix, because Phoenix is like, have you considered that, you're stupid?
Have you considered, your mother? There is a possibility, after all. They may have that.
Phoenix loves, like, swinging his dick around town, just, like, being like, kick the door down, like, hey, motherfuckers, I'm Phoenix Wright! Pass
And
out
I'm
on the floor,
hung.
Blow out. I'm accusing Christoph Gavin! Pass out on the floor, piss his pants.
They may have met that night before the game started.
What are you suggesting?
Is this the truth Mr. Wright was saying silent about? Well, only one thing to do. Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you testify to the court.
The defense would like to request no such thing.
Excuse you? You're not the defense attorney.
He technically is. Mr. Gavin?
Testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happening before that game of poker be related? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin. As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss Orley... Am I to assume that you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is the defense, not you.
Oh no, I am taking the reins for this one. Right. I thought that he was just letting him, like, take, like, the reins for a bit. Not that I was, like, the official defense. Oh, because Phoenix requested... Right.
Apollo was specifically requested.
Christoph was supposed to be defense, but Phoenix specifically requested that I take charge. Okay.
Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you.
Oh, okay.
Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony?
Gee, I wonder.
This was Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along. And I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court.
And too, Justice. You betray me, your teacher.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth. You taught me that.
Very well. The defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand, please.
That evening, Christoph and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photo... What? Oh, at the table that's in this photograph. Okay.
This is Allegro, by the way. I don't know if we've had Allegro before this.
Ooh. Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold, and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin.
Mr. Gavin! You were at the Borscht Bull Club the night of the murder?
I dine with him rather frequently.
And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder?
Quite against my will, I'd become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him.
You were planning this all along, weren't you, Wright? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial.
The only thing I want is the truth. Oh!
Coffin says, I love that Phoenix's hat says Papa, because he is.
Yeah. This is the only thing of, like, bright color on his outfit. I am convinced his daughter got him that.
Yeah, me too.
Like...
Oh, wait till you see his daughter.
Yeah.
I love this line. I love this line. This line,
Screenshot it then.
this line is like culmination of the 3 previous games.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't wait for the end of this case where you take those words back.
Oh. As I did back then.
This is a fucking nightmare.
And oh, God. As I did back then, and now.
I thought my office was doing you a favor when we took on your defense. Appears that I was wrong. Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Justice?
Sir!
He's lying, and you're going to expose him.
Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. Oh, this can't end well. I've seen the Christmas pictures.
Oh.
Why can't I have a normal trial?
Real quick, can we just, like, cycle through this testimony to get, like, loop back around and get that dialogue?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because this is the one that you like, right?
I believe so.
Cool. Is this the truth that Mr. Wright was talking about?
Justice, you know what you have to do. He's lying. Expose him. Now.
Yes, sir. I have to think! What is Mr. Wright trying to tell me with this testimony?
So how you doing, Jeannie?
What the fuck is happening?
The truth has to be in there somewhere. Yeah, that's Angus's
He's
final.
lying.
That's Angus's favorite line, which is, "You have to expose him now."
It's not even just like... It's just like, Justice, he's lying. Expose him. Now. The way that... He's so calm through all of it.
Like, it actually, like,
he
that
just got accused of murder, and it's just like, he's fucking lying. Expose him.
like, that kind of gave me chills.
Dum, bum, bum. Dum, bum, bum. Could you explain why you called Mr. Gavin?
I'd obviously gotten involved in a rather sticky affair. And I figured Kristoff's law offices would give me a friend rate for my defense fees.
Wasn't the divorce very sloppy, Mr. Gavin? You were complaining about it a lot at the office.
Not right now, Justice.
He has to pay me a
Glad
lot
to
of
hear you
alimony.
intend to pay. Oh.
Oh, I'll pay in full, Kristoff. It was I who got you involved, after all.
You may find the price of my defense quite high, my good friend. Quite high.
And then this is the roundabout, yeah.
He's lying.
Expose
him.
Now.
Now.
Go on, white boy, do it.
I'm just gonna press shit. I'm gonna press, see what I get.
You had dinner with Mr. Gavin?
Yes, he dines with me at the Borscht Bowl quite frequently. We have a lot to discuss about our divorce, so we have a lot of negotiating to do. So we were enjoying a usual dinner at our usual spot, as usual.
Usual.
I always eat at the table closest to the piano.
I see. Where Mr. Smith was sitting.
So, the plates and such on the table were from your dinner?
Indeed, the remnants of my meal with Kristoff. We dined for 2 hours, then Kristoff left. After that,
They took 2 fucking hours there?
Yep.
they had a lot to negotiate.
5 minutes. So, the two of them could have passed in the restaurant during that time?
That would have been a fateful encounter, to be sure.
Oh, Mr. Wright. What was it you said? Excuse the vacuum cleaner.
That's fine.
I told him that I'm streaming, but he doesn't care. Christoph Gavin and Shady Smith may have met?
I believe I did say that.
Here I was all nervous about this meeting. And now we hear that they just passed in the hall?
It does seem a little weak as pretense for murder.
Oh, it would be, if that were really all that happened.
Come on, Mr. Wright. What are you hiding this time?
Justice, I promised you that I did not smack that man's ass as we passed, nor did he smack mine.
I can believe it, sir.
I don't.
Good job. Mr. Wright, shut the fuck up.
No, it's literally my duty to talk right now.
Then
Oh.
get on with your testimony, Mr. Wright.
This
About
is
this
why we're
failed...
divorcing. That's why we're divorcing.
It's like not finalized yet. About this failed trap. This is the same trap that Miss Olga Orley mentioned?
The plan was simple. Elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut.
You swapped the cards.
It's time to die.
I can't believe Lucas is streaming right now.
Well,
Lucas started
Gay and
streaming.
homophobic.
Cannot believe this.
I hope Lucas's stream goes well.
I do too.
He should
Betrayer.
also
Lost the
sniff our
lead.
nut. Should also sniff our nuts for streaming at the same time with us. But I hope it goes well.
Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Yes, harmless prank in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover it.
A quirk?
I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card.
The card she planted.
Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of that card before the game.
Disposed. Where?
I ate it. There's an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle.
An empty bottle of grape juice. The murder weapon?
Yes, I rolled it up and shoved it in. Colored glass makes it hard to see.
Hey, Jeannie, do you want to re-examine that piece of evidence?
Oh, I sure... God damn it. I sure do. There's no card in there.
I think you have to look at the bottom.
Mm-mm.
There's
Ju-
there's
just
no
go
fucking
through
card
the-
in there.
Go through the dialogue again. The bottle is completely empty. There you go. 100% no card in there. The green glass does not make it hard to see.
This is
It is
an
completely
empty bottle.
empty.
Oh, Espion is on his way home right now.
Yeah! Did you read this line?
Hmm. A battle of wits between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. Sounds like a terrific drama.
A card inside the
What?
murder weapon? Oh my god. Mr. Gavin? I can see the light. I don't know what's happening to me. I got really faint all of a sudden.
Do you need me to take over the defense, Mr. Justice?
Yeah, the alternate reality of where fucking Christoph Gavin poisons Apollo Justice before he can finish this first case. Oh no, the atroquinning! No! Card inside the murder weapon? That's strange. Did the police miss it in their investigation? Maybe I'll take a look.
Mr. Wright! The poker head of courtroom number 3 approves of this battle of wits. Good shit! Please revise your testimony with this new information.
Okay, new line, please read.
Go ahead and take a look at that bottle again.
I discovered the trap during the game and disposed of the card in the bottle.
Because that's nothing in there.
There is not a goddamn thing in there.
Completely empty. Hi, Espeon!
Hello!
Yeah, he sent a message saying that he was returning home. It seems that he's made it.
Mr. Wright, if I may?
Espeon, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, you pink fuck.
Yes.
I already said happy birthday in DMs. Do you want me to do it again?
You don't have
Do you
to.
want 2? Do you want 2 from me? Do you want 2 from me, birthday boy? Do you want 2 happy birthdays? Happy birthday.
I cannot... Oh my god, I love that for... Yeah, I'm just not going to say shit. We'll get there when we get there.
Okay.
Okay.
I've examined the
I'll send it to Esther in DMs later.
Okay. It's almost my birthday too, correct. Good birthday. I've examined the bottle and I don't see any card in here.
My birthday's coming up pretty quickly.
It is.
Espeon says, what did I miss? Phoenix Wright, essentially is now saying that Kristoff is the murderer.
Mm-hmm. He's saying this guy is the murderer.
He's accusing the defense's mentor.
Yeah.
Is a killer. Also, that Russian lady wasn't Russian, but she is hot.
She's extremely sexy.
Mm-hmm. No? I could have sworn. Maybe I put it in a different bottle.
Did I eat it?
Did I?
What, Mr. Wright? Surely isn't all you have to say for yourself.
I can't say that I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, however.
Huh?
Perhaps a 5th person came and took it out? Oh, the 6th person could have helped.
This is why we're divorcing.
Mr. Gavin! Mr. Wright is your ex! Not until those papers get finalized, they're not.
Have some goddamn respect.
I had a 6-ounce ribeye steak with grandparents. I am in heaven right. Oh, that sounds so fucking good.
Ooh.
Ugh.
My apologies, Your Honor.
I won't
Turns
have
out I don't take being accused of murder very well.
I won't
I wonder why. Go on, Mr. Payne. Say your last pathetic thought.
Ah, dang it. I won't have you disparaging my investigation either. We looked inside that bottle. There was nothing. Espeon says 6, not 16. Okay.
No. Not 6. 16.
Oh.
I think he's emphasizing that thing was fucking huge.
Okay. I don't know the, I don't know units of measurement.
Me either, but
That rib was a rack to rival Mia's.
Oh, damn. So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappear?
someone ate it.
In any case, please continue the cross-examination. I'm afraid decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence.
Oh.
Push him harder, Justice. Break him.
Like you used to? Got it.
Break, topple, daze, and burst that man.
I bet you have great experience with that, sir.
He's always preferred the launch and smash route, though that's a lot more painful.
He would!
You would.
It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO.
But Phoenix is invincible, so the person riding would take hip damage actively, not Phoenix.
Justice, kill that man.
Ugh. Why do I get the feeling we're not on our client's side anymore?
Justice, we are not in Kansas.
Oh God, we're still on this. Maybe this is why I got stuck on this her testimony so much.
You made the call to the police from the first floor of the restaurant, correct?
Exactly. Cell phones don't get a signal down in the hideout.
Was anyone else on the first floor at that time?
Not a soul. It was the middle of the night after all. So there in the darkened restaurant, I called the cops. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone.
And when you returned, the victim was already...
Dead. Yes. I'll admit I was a little startled when I walked in.
A little?
Sir, I've seen a lot of death in my day. He was bleeding from his forehead, after all.
I guess I'd be startled too if I walked in on a scene like that. And then we pressed this one already.
Oh wait, shit. What?
Well, we're doing it again.
He's lying. Shoot him.
Kill him!
Okay.
Strike him down.
Do you want to relook at your evidence real quick?
Why does Phoenix look so hot in a beanie? I'm a straight guy and I can't even look away.
Espion?
Okay, this is my badge.
Badge?
Yep.
Who feels ready?
Autopsy, that all sounds correct.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to look at this? So this is how the scene of the crime was found.
Why is the bottle on his side?
That's not important. That's a bottle.
Yeah. He probably just put it there after hitting the waitress.
Yeah.
Okay, he was the one who swung it first.
Yeah. Grape
That's
bottle.
the grape juice. Yep.
Deadly bottle.
Deadly bottle.
Yeah.
Do you want to look at this?
The hat was taken off during investigation to see
Hat
the
was-
wound.
Yeah, hat was taken off. You can't see the wound with the hat on. They had to take it off to even see that he was hit.
Oh!
Good job, Jeannie. Mr. Wright, if I may,
Yes?
take a look at this photograph of the crime scene.
Look at this photograph?
You
Every
like
time
to do
I
that.
do, it makes me laugh.
You like to do that a lot in all of the cases that I watched of you, Mr. Wright. But maybe it's a boomer thing, but I don't know what you're talking about. See the victim here? He's wearing a hat.
God, I'm old.
Phoenix would like break down. I wouldn't.
I
think
can't
you
tell if Phoenix would have an existential crisis of being called a boomer or not.
He would.
I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead.
Good point.
And the music.
Justice? Next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it. Mr. Wright, can you explain this to the court?
I forgot to mention something. I was the one who put that hat on his head.
Huh? You?
You put a hat on the dead man's head.
Why?
Phoenix.
He wore it through our entire poker game. After calling the police, when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view. Shining bright, just like in this photograph.
And
I picked his hat up off the floor and put it on his head.
Why'd you do a thing like that?
All I can say is, I'm sorry. That's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. That's a lie.
So, Miss Orley didn't see it. It being the victim's, his head.
I'd think not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head.
Here we go again.
Mr. Gavin?
Pardon. It just seems that our client is determined to lie his way through this case.
Hey, he's still our client, isn't he?
I believe that's enough of that.
Mr. Gavin?
This witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago.
Lose it? Well. Low fucking blow there, Gavin. You certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Kristoff. I never knew.
I believe it was you who threw the first stone?
Mr. Wright, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never.
Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here.
Huh?
When I noticed the trap, I put the card in the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well. Then what was it? Let me help you! God!
Reason?
That reason is right here.
Your cell phone?
That night, recall that I spoke with Defense Attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case, I recorded our conversation because that's totally legal.
It's not, but hey.
What's this?
Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court. Kristoff, I seem to be in a bit of trouble.
What's this? Game not going well?
Something like that.
That gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good?
Turned out to be dead. Someone hit him. Hard.
You mean someone cracked that flawless bone china plate? It wasn't you, was it?
Me? Please, the cop should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that?
Bone china plate?
A kind of porcelain. Very smooth and shiny. And not plate, but pate. I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead.
We did not take the life of the bald.
Yeah, Your
The
Honor.
court appreciates the defendant's discretion in not indicating my forehead.
Wait a second. Something's not right about that phone call. So, after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the Borscht Bowl Club?
Most certainly.
Then how did he know? When did he see this bone china plate?
Oh, that's right.
Yes. That's when I began to see my good friend in a different light.
Like, Phoenix perceived all that from one minor slip-up in a phone call that he was legitimately calling Kristoff for help.
Kristoff is very good at waxing poetic.
Troubled, I returned to the crime
Unfortunately, it
scene.
doesn't seem good for him.
Nah.
Yeah, no, that's fucked him over twice in this case.
And when I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, stage has been set.
So, I want to reiterate, because I don't think he's going to explain it further than that. He put the hat on his head, so the investigation, the initial photo, would have the hat. So if he tried to explain, oh, I learned that he was bald from the crime scene photo, Kristoff would not be able to get away with that excuse. That's why he put the hat on his head.
Phoenix Wright, you dastardly motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps
That's why he left that hole in his testimony for Apollo to be like, he's got a hat on. You couldn't see his head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court? Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head?
So, this is your reason. The reason why you put the victim's hat back on.
Your point, Mr. Gavin?
It's come down to this, hasn't it, Phoenix Wright?
He looks so smug in that zoom out.
He does.
Order! I will have order. Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe this court has been left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear Defense Attorney Gavin's testimony?
Well, it's the prosecutor.
No one gives a shit.
Very well. Wait for 10 minutes.
Is that a ding?
I'll count
In
it.
which Mr. Gavin will take the stand for a cross-examination. Are we all clear on that? Good. Crystal clear, Your Honor. Very well. This will be the final recess for the day.
Holy fucking shit!
Like, I love this is my favorite first case in the series, just because it goes like, oh, this new mentor is really cool. He's calm and collected, and oh no, oh god, what's happening?
Oh no.
Which, granted, this series has some pretty damn good first cases.
Uh-huh.
Especially, like, threes.
Yeah.
Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright are both in the judge's chamber. Who'd have thought today would turn out like this? This is Jeannie.
May I?
Huh? What?
Hello, sir. Please, pick a card.
What's all this about?
Didn't you hear me, numbnuts? I said pick a card.
Oh, I love you already. She would!
Her earring? Wait, hold on. Oh, whoops, that's not the... Oh my god.
Yeah, she's got to revive. What about it?
Okay, yeah, I was trying to zoom in on it.
Is this one okay?
Excellent. I have a message for you. The last hand is about to be played. You'll need a trump card to make it.
Trump card.
The card you have chosen is magical. Use it wisely, and the game is yours. That's all.
An ace. Where do I remember that card from?
This is the 5th ace. It's got blood on it. Mr. Smith's hand was 3 aces, and Mr. Wright's 2. It is 5 aces in all. It is true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating, I swear to you.
The missing 5th ace. Wait, this blotch of red. Is this blood?
You have your trump card. Now it's up to you to cut the deck and draw the truth. My father's fate is in your hands. I know you can do it. She's cute!
Goodbye, baby girl!
She's cute!
She's so good!
This bloodstained card is my trump card for finding the truth? I fell deep into thought as my mind raced to understand what this all meant.
How old is she?
You don't have her profile. I think she's 17 in this
I
game?
believe she's... I want to say that she's 16.
Okay. She's young.
She's
That
definitely
girl.
adopted.
Like, ballpark 15 to 17 range.
Yeah. I'd seen her recently, but where? That's when I'd made the connection.
She whittled itty bitty there.
Mm-hmm. Bloody ace.
Bloody ace.
Received from... Okay.
Received from your mother.
Yeah, do you want to open that so I can read it?
Received from a mysterious girl. Could this be the missing fifth ace?
Gotcha.
Want to take a look at it?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at it.
It's volume made after all.
A single drop of blood marks the front of the card.
And the back is
Red.
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 Is that Phoenix's daughter? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Court will now reconvene. Defense Attorney Christoph Gavin, will you please take the stand?
Will the witness state his name and occupation?
Now then,
Mr.
what,
Wright,
Mr.
can you
Kane?
please get back in your seat?
But why?
Mr. Wright, your fucking seat. Take it.
Father,
You're the
please sit down.
defendant. You're the defendant. You can't stand next to me. That's
Father.
not how this works.
Sit down.
Trucy's gone.
Okay.
Juicy has left the building.
She's gone. She's left.
She's walking home. Angus did read this, but I think
Okay.
I talked over it. Yes, Your Honor. Will Mr. The witness state his name and occupation?
Fuck me.
That's how court proceeding goes.
That's a ding.
You're
Yep.
fucking dinged upon, loser.
Also, I'm sorry Apollo's pulling his badge out so much. I'm pressing the buttons on this new controller. It feels so nice.
I've seen it. It looks fantastic.
These buttons
does.
feel really nice.
The Ghastly looks kind of weird on it, but like it looks really cool.
Yeah. So for context for everyone, my mom and brother got me like the Ghastly line like Pro controller and Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
Cause Gengar's
Jeannie,
like,
show the pictures on the stream.
huh?
Editing Jeannie, show the pictures on the stream.
Yes.
On the
And then
screen.
Gigi show them. Yeah, those are my Christmas gifts. And the sticks, Esther, I didn't get to show you. The sticks, like under the sticks on the Pro controller, light up and change color.
Ooh.
It looks sick as shit.
Is this farce necessary, Your Honor? Believe me, far stranger things have gone on in this
There's so much weight.
cross-examining a parrot.
This
Mr. Gavin, please, just for the stenographer, it'll be over soon.
Fine, I'll play along. First, there's one thing we need to have made clear. How did you know about the secret beneath the victim's hat?
By secret, I'm guessing he means the fact that Mr. Smith was bald.
Forgive my curiosity, but what is it about this fellow's head?
Oh, he's playing coy.
Your Honor seems to have an inordinate interest in it.
Sorry, I'm standing for a second. Ugh. Give me.
Get hydrated, idiot.
I'm trying to grab my Snuggie.
Well,
Oh, fuck. Hang on, you've made me realize something. I don't have a drink readily available.
oh my goodness!
Oh my god.
I have a fucking caught in 4K.
I don't think
60
Otto
FPS.
has water up there either, do you, baby?
Uh-oh. Hydrate.
And no, please don't drink the paint water.
God.
He's painting up there, so.
Otto, please don't drink the paint water.
No, I don't have water. I'm bringing you water.
And you know what?
I didn't realize that in order to walk, I have the length of the Snuggie slung over my shoulder like it's a toga.
I am actually going to go grab a candy cane. I'll be very...
That's not water, G.
I know it's not water. I already have water. I want a candy cane.
Howdy. Ooh, it appears that for dinner I will be making turkey burgers. Nobody heard that, as I'm currently alone with chat and my own thoughts. My mom claims that she listens, but I don't think the voices in my head are that loud. Oh, fuck! I was about to ask, like, is he okay? Clearly not. Shit, how are they doing? You know what? Actually, give me a second. I'm gonna mute my microphone. The internet doesn't need to know all the details.
Oh, I just got back. Well, I guess the internet will never know details about his personal life. Unfortunate. They'll just have to wait until I dox him in Minecraft. Bearcat! It's a fluffy boy. What is a turkey burger? It's made with ground turkey. Speaking of Minecraft, oh no, I'm sending you on a rant. Bearcat. What, baby? I got a new mod pack. Nice. Come on.
No.
Get it.
Come here.
Oh, shake it.
Get me in here right now. Meow.
Meow. Come on, bear. He's stubborn. I now have water. Excellent. It has blocky what?
I return.
Hi.
I have hydrated Coffin to the extent of my ability.
Okay,
Excellent.
okay, I've got a drink and I've learned things. I found out one that I'm gonna be making turkey burgers for dinner tonight.
Mmm.
I have seen some of Espion's mod pack thing. There are blocky extremities.
Blocky tits.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Oh.
are square. And the thing that I muted myself for was because my mom walked up to me and said, "Oh yeah, you know the older lady across the street?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, her son died last night." I'm like, "Oh."
Wow.
So yeah, apparently like middle of the night, someone one of my ear fucking died.
Mm.
Much like that.
Mm.
But give me 1 second to go ahead and swap those out. I shall be right back and inform you of some, nonsense.
Do we want to talk about this on stream?
I don't know if we want to talk about this on stream.
No.
Hey, Angus, I don't know if we want to talk about this on stream.
What was that?
I don't think we should talk about this on stream, because one, this is like someone's personal life and details, and two, if someone knows your area well enough, they could use like recent deaths to like fucking dox you.
Mm-hmm.
True. Like I'm not throwing like any names out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, why is this not connecting to my earbuds?
Hmm. He read this line, right?
No.
Okay.
Maybe. Don't quote me on that.
Alright, Canon will.
Typically, if he reads the line, you press A instantly, so I will trust you that he has not.
I do.
Usually. Ho! Ho! Merry Bitchmas.
Oh, that didn't fix the connection issue.
Weird.
Ooh,
Alright, I'm gonna... Oh, there we go. That one worked.
Mm.
Every time I just added, like, another, like, hey, do you want to connect to these Bluetooth earbuds? How about these Bluetooth earbuds? How about these Bluetooth earbuds? And it would just add another. I was like, no, I want you to connect to them, and now it did. But, see, I've learned something.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that.
Of course.
Hmm.
That happened.
Yeah. Fucked up.
Did you read this line?
That's just good. Yeah, but I'm about to read it again for the sake of sparing editing genius sanity.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your Honor seems to have an inordinate interest in it.
What? Ah!
Ding, by the way.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it inordinate, Mr. Gavin.
Mr. Wright, you can't stand here. You're not a defense attorney. Please get back to your seat.
This is my seat now, bitch.
Music.
Also, this is
Do you
Phoenix.
think you're doing, Mr. Wright?
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed.
Fucking
Genie.
gosh damn it!
I don't know if you noticed, Genie. It's playing Phoenix's theme.
Mm-hmm.
The second I go to read my line,
There was
I'm all
20
done.
seconds of silence, so I assumed, okay, I'm probably good to say this, and I wasn't.
Clearly not. You're good when I deem it so.
My apology.
What do you think you're doing, Mr. Wright?
Wow. Things sure look different from the other side. You know what I mean, Apollo? Speaking of looking from the other side, let's consider something for a second. The victim wore that hat all night, never once taking it off except for that one time.
That one time being the instant he was hit.
Oh,
When Mr. Wright returned from reporting the crime, the hat was lying on the floor.
Okay. I was opening my candy cane.
You're getting crumbs all over the defense's bench, Mr. Wright.
I'll clean these up, I promise.
I've watched your videos. You won't. Mr. Wright picked it up and placed it on the victim's head.
sprinkle them on my head.
In other words, in order to have seen Mr. Smith's bald head, you would have had to have been there in the hideout at the time of the crime.
In other words, I must be the real killer, is what you're trying to say?
Oh, that's
God,
a new
that
portrait.
smug- Yeah, that new portrait.
He only gets more smug with age.
Not bad, Apollo. Ah!
Mr. Gavin? I'm afraid that I haven't been entirely honest with the court.
What?
Oh, I assure you, I had the noblest of intentions. I did it all to protect my client, Mr. Wright.
Hmm?
Yes, I'm afraid the current situation, I see little reason to hide anything.
Jeep, do you have enough candy canes to share with the class? Yeah, sure. Give me a second.
You can share these nuts.
Okay. I guess I'll fuck myself. I was gonna put a candy cane emote in chat, but there is none. We're just gonna continue.
Divorced?
Very well. Allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night.
Haircut.
See what his face? Oh, never mind.
I'm sorry.
Finally!
She was distracted by Bear.
You begin your testimony. Yeah, we found a new face and we didn't zoom in on it. Tell us, how were you involved in the events of that fateful night?
Are you
So I was
okay?
there, minding my own goddamn business.
My cord's kind of tangled up right now. Bear, stop that. No. Bad. Bear, bad. No. Okay, actually, this is
Good
fine.
Heavens.
Hey, stop!
I think I've had this exact conversation with Mr. Wright before. The rage I sensed in that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club.
You went back to the club.
I hit the floor. I went down to the basement and peeked through the little window to the hideout. Must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead, as he appears in the photo. Bald head, an unconscious girl, and Wright holding a bottle in his hand. I sensed that it was not the best place for me to be at the time, and so I left. That's when the call came from Wright.
So, you witnessed the murder?
For better or worse, I missed the actual moment of the deed. Mr. Gavin, may I remind you that you are on Mr. Wright's defense team. Your testimony is clearly disadvantageous to your client. What else could I say? Please zoom in on his face.
Please.
Why is he suddenly quite punchable?
Oh, he's a very handsome man.
He is,
I am standing on the witness stand, after all.
So you are Mr. Gavin.
Hmm?
And you had to testify as you just did. You had to tell them you saw the scene of the crime through that little window.
Mr. Wright?
You had to say that. Because that was the only probable window of opportunity. Right, Apollo?
Oh.
Mr. Wright! The defense did the cross-examination, not the defendant! Get the fuck back to your seat!
This is my seat
Just
now!
be prepared. Get the fuck back to your seat.
Yes, Your Honor.
I had the defendant's seat moved here.
It doesn't move.
I had it moved.
No, it's part of... It's connected to the ground.
Then how was I able to move it?
There's like a chunk of floor stuck to like the bottom of Phoenix Wright's shoes.
I work out.
Oh my god. I had Trucy deliver it secretly to my spot. Oh my god, Espeon.
Oh my god! In front of God and everyone!
I can't believe I'm going up against Mr. Gavin. This trial's getting weirder and weirder. Oh, it's spinning all around me.
Alright, this is Apollo's first case, by the way.
Yeah.
This is his mentor.
So I returned to the club.
To the club, to go to the ball, the ball hit the floor.
Tell me, so I returned to the club.
That man. You mean Mr. Smith?
He was different from the other customers. His aura, shall we say.
Nah, it was his art style.
The detailing, the shading, it was just so vastly different.
His name was Shady. He was Slim Shady.
I know he was a serious poker player, but it was a bit more than that.
So then, you knew the true nature of your client's job.
Of course. But I also knew he wasn't engaged in gambling, which would be illegal.
I'm... Okay.
What? What about it?
My candy
Go on.
cane...
Use your big boy words.
My candy cane fell apart.
Oh, what a shame.
Well, it makes sense that he'd know. They were exes, after all.
It looks like your case is doing the same, Mr. Wright.
This is your case. Actually, this is Apollo's case.
Mr. Gavin, I'm extremely conflicted and confused. Can you not make it worse for me?
Don't worry. A lot of people get really conflicted and confused about their sexuality when looking at me for too long. Anyway, worried for my friend, I returned to the club. See, I feared this Mr. Smith might be someone to kill...
Wow,
Perfection. See, I feared this Mr. Smith might be someone kind to settle an old score.
I've never seen Mr. Gavin break like that before. He must really be
Look.
stressed.
I know, it's so cute the
Look,
way he does that little stutter.
Have you seen it before, Mr. Wright?
Oh, many times. Many, many times.
Can we hold Mr. Wright in contempt of court, please?
I'll hold you in contempt of these nuts.
Alright, let's just get back to it, okay, Mr. Gavin?
Who do I penalize in this instance?
Mr. Payne,
Mr.
Your
Payne.
Honor.
Ah, dang it!
Thanks, Winnie boy.
What the fuck have you called me?
Mr. Wright, every time I see you, my score goes negative. I don't know why.
2 words.
Mr. Payne, every time Mr. Payne looks at Phoenix Wright, you just hear like the fucking life point draining sound effect from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Stretch.
Did you read all of this line, Angus?
Oh, yes, I did.
Perfect.
Good stretch.
I see. What happened then? I went down to the basement and peeked through the little window to the hideout.
The little window.
The little window.
You mean the one you used to keep watch up the stairs?
Yes, a relic of the ancient past. Black Musketeers used it, I believe.
Why did you go through the trouble of peeking in through the window? Wouldn't it have been easier to just open the door and go into the room?
You always knocked before you enter the room, Justice. I didn't want to upset Wright, you see.
Upset Mr. Wright? By knocking on his door?
Yes. What if my fears have been unfounded? What if he was entering a flow state and I threw him out of it? What the fuck then? Be walking on their match. Bad form, to say the least.
So far, everything he's saying makes sense.
Not really. That last part didn't make much sense.
But his hesitance is giving me worries.
I mean, if you were in the middle of like a card game being professionally played, and some jackass fucking opened the door, poked his head in, and it's like, is anyone dead? Like, yeah, no, that'd be... You don't fucking do that.
I just want to make sure you're alive, because, you know, Shady Smith might be here to kill you. Alright, bye, Mr. Wright. How do you know it was right after the murder?
A man was fucking dead. Really, no need to shout, Justice. I was just getting to that part of my testimony.
Ah, there he is. The coolest defense in the West we know and love. Even when you're standing up there on the witness stand, some things never change. You're reminding me why I fell in love with you in the first place.
Oh my god.
I was afraid you'd change too, right? But you haven't. You and that overbearing personality of yours.
They're so divorced.
They're so divorced!
With friends like these, who needs enemies?
No, Apollo. With lovers like these, who needs enemies?
The victim had gotten fucking bodied as he appeared in the photo.
By photo, you mean the second photograph of the crime scene? The one with the hat off?
Precisely. You see, he wasn't wearing his hat then. I saw his head when he was dead. Dr. Seuss up in this bitch.
And then Mr. Wright came along and replaced his hat. Can you describe the scene of the crime for us? Here, I'm still here. I can still progress the,
A
the
bald
trial.
head,
We have a prosecutor?
an unconscious girl.
Those were the only 3 at the scene of the crime?
Yes, Mr. Wright was hitting the gritty after he did it.
You know, I can imagine that, yes.
I wasn't
As far
hitting...
as I saw, at least.
Kristoff, you fucking boomer. I wasn't hitting the gritty. I was hitting that yoinky splinky, okay?
What the fuck are you talking about, Mr. Wright?
Did you just call me a boomer? Sit
Yeah.
the fuck down, Grandpa. The adults are talking.
Fuck.
Then we're back where we started. The killer was the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Who else could it have been?
Your mother, for instance.
Why didn't you talk to the police?
2 reasons. First, I didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime. Second, my office was asked to defend Wright. Even after seeing what I'd seen, I couldn't abandon my friend.
There must have been someone else there at the moment of the crime.
Justice, I just said I saw no one. Not a soul.
But that goes against what Mr. Wright said.
Ah, yes, this mysterious 4th person. Who would conveniently be the real killer, I suppose.
Glad to see we agree, Mr. Gavin.
Let me pose a question, then. Tell me, what possible reason did the real killer have to swap cards in the victim's hand? Perhaps you could show us a reason why such a thing would be necessary?
How can I show something I can't find myself?
Remember, Apollo, that card that was swapped out was the 5th ace.
The 5th ace. Right.
Well, Mr. Justice, question of why the killer would swap out a card has been raised. Can you point to a reason? Why would that card be swapped out?
There's blood on it?
Why would that be a problem? You want to take a look at the crime scene again?
Yeah. This one?
Yes.
No.
Oh.
Well, you
And
can.
that's not the swapped out card.
Yeah, but you can see where that card would be.
Now, if there was blood on that card, what would that mean?
Remember, we literally can't see the blood on him without taking off his hat, so it didn't drip forward, and he's leaned backwards anyway.
Yeah.
So if
We
there's...
could see where the blood went.
Yeah.
In the photo without his hat on.
Yeah. So if there's blood on the card, it's not Shady Smith's, is it?
It would be the attackers.
Because if it was the victim's, why would you swap out the card anyway? It's the victim's blood, the victim was just hit, it doesn't matter. The only reason you would remove that card is if it incriminated yourself.
Exactly. I do have
Well-
evidence.
What's up, Angus?
That is not at all the angle I was going for.
Oh, really?
What were you going for?
No. Pull up the picture of him without his hat again.
Okay.
We know that his blood dripped backwards. It dripped behind him.
Mhm.
And go back to the picture of the full crime scene. If it dripped behind him, how the hell would it get onto one of those cards?
True.
Unless it dripping onto one of those cards is a problem.
Yeah, both angles are right.
It's now or never. The defense would like to present evidence to the court. Evidence showing the reason why a card was swapped out.
Then go ahead and point out your reason, Mr. Justice. Why did the killer take the 5th ace?
Hit ace.
My reason is, this. Is that an ace?
Why? Why, it's got blood on it! Right next to the spade! What?
Look, zoom in on that. God damn it.
Damn it!
Ginny will never zoom.
No, you need to do it with the animation.
No.
No, it's not the same.
No. Banned. Illegal.
What do you
Banned.
mean? What do you mean?
It
Hold
needs
on.
the animation.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna zoom in.
Yeah, you could lock it in place and still use the stick.
Oh, okay. I guess, yeah. We'll get a few seconds of this animation.
Oh, he was twitching.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, you can kind of see it.
Hi, Bearcat. I have a Bearcat. He's his butt's sticking up. He wants butt scratchies.
This is insane! Why wasn't I taught about this? Why?
Could this be? Could this be the missing 5th ace?
There we
I
go.
think he's still twitching.
Conceivable. How could you?
God.
Oh, his composure's breaking.
Yeah, he's freaking out.
What are you doing with that card?
None of your goddamn business.
Are you okay, Ginny?
Oh, yeah, I'm just adjusting my mic.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the thing. Why is Mr. Gavin so upset? It's just a fishy card from some fishy girl.
Oh, that card? It's mine. That is, I picked it up at the Borscht Bowl Club that night after the murder had occurred. I gave it to my daughter. Cards are her stock and trade, after all.
I love his objection.
Me too.
No! Impossible. Unacceptable. The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud.
A fraud? How can you be so sure?
What?
I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene. The real killer. Allow me to elaborate. What if this...
Coffin... Sorry, I gotta do my duty.
No, you're good.
Coffin says, is Apollo's last name really Justice? Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Also, I think you'll find this funnier, baby. In Japanese, his name is just Lawboy.
Yeah. What if this trace of...
Holsuke, his last name Holsuke just means Lawboy. Ororoki means, like, shock or surprise, I think.
Shocked lawboy.
Yeah.
What if this trace of blood was the reason?
The reason for
the killer to take the card from the scene of the crime?
Well, going with this?
Take another look at the photo and at the victim's head. At the moment of the crime, his hat fell to the floor, and a trickle of blood ran from his forehead down the back of his head. Couldn't a drop of that blood have fallen on one of the cards? I suppose.
I suppose.
Oh, wait, sorry. The killer then took the card to hide the blood.
Regardless, that evidence is non-permissible.
You're not my actual defense attorney. You have no power in this court. Oh?
Right? Regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years, you used to be a lawyer. You know what a serious crime it is to conceal evidence.
Yeah, you played Rise from the Ashes, right, Jeannie? You know the basics of evidence law.
Yeah.
Like, this is illegal evidence.
Oh, we can discuss the finer points of our legal system later. What's important now is that I've answered your question.
What are you talking about?
You wanted to know why the killer would have taken a card from the crime scene. And now I've told you. That one drop of blood would have been decisive evidence, you see.
This is baseless conjecture. Baseless.
I also want to point out... Oh, he's doing a big thing.
Oh,
Yeah, we can screenshot that. I also want to point out...
We love this screenshot.
Yeah, remember that Franziska pretty much did this exact thing when she showed the photo of Maya transformed into Mia. And it's like, this evidence, you can't use it, it's illegal. And she's like, oh, I know, I'm not submitting as evidence. But now that everyone has seen it, well, let's just say the picture is painted.
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix literally just did the exact same thing. Like, oh, I know, I'm not submitting this as evidence. But I answered your question with it.
Yeah. Oh, I assure you, it's quite based.
What?
It's amazing, really. How a single drop of blood on a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. Well, Apollo?
Yes?
Try picturing the scene of the crime in your head. In your mind
go.
With the
palace.
power of the Nintendo DS!
The power of the Nintendo DS! It's finally time!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Whoa!
3D! This is what I was talking
Look
about
at
earlier.
the power. The power of the Nintendo DS!
Oh my gosh, Bear. My legs are getting tired, buddy. You're heavy. You're like 11 pounds. You're a heavy boy. All
My
that weight
goodness.
on my
Not
legs.
as-
Oh.
Coffin's saying, Daddy's doing the point. Yeah, Phoenix did his little point.
You're a heavy, stocky boy, and I love you very much. Go on my bed. Go on your bed. Good baby. The murder took place in the hideout.
You're happy? I love you. Get the fuck out of here.
The body of the luckless victim was found at the poker table. And, before the killer swapped a card out, there was a single card with a drop of blood on it in the victim's hand. Given this, there is one decisive problem with the scene.
Well, what is it?
Let's keep it simple, shall we? Given that there was a drop of blood on a card, whose position in this diagram doesn't fit? The victims, the killers, the witnesses, the second witnesses? Whose position doesn't fit with the bloody card?
So, again, the
Because we
bloody...
know.
Do you want to take it over, Angus?
I was gonna say, because we know that Phoenix isn't injured.
Yeah.
Kristoff's not injured. Olga didn't bleed.
Mm-hmm.
She was just hit on the back of the neck and knocked out.
Yeah. The only person that bled at the scene is Shady Smith. But the card was in front of him, while the blood was going behind him.
Then,
So, what's wrong here?
Right.
the body was moved.
Was he moved with the power of the Nintendo DS?
Well, isn't it the victim's position that's the problem?
I don't follow your logic here, Mr. Justice. Show me with the power of the Nintendo DS.
Well-
Well,
Oh my...
look. Do you need to?
It's okay.
Do you
You
need to
spent
be
you spent the
Phoenix
last
Wright?
3 games.
Yeah.
Spent the last 3 games in the protagonist seat. We cannot blame you.
Yeah.
But I can't blame you. I just find it funny when, like, literally, I spoke as Apollo, it goes to the judge, and then I start speaking as Apollo again, and you try to take over. If you tried to take the first line, I would get it, not the second line. I just spoke as him.
My brain works in mysterious ways.
Well, look, the victim was struck on the head, sending him back in his chair. You'd think any blood would fall behind the body, not on the table in front of him.
Ah!
Take a look at the photo again. If he bled in this position, the blood would fall on the floor, not on the cards.
Well, that's right. So, what does this mean?
Incidentally, we were sitting in swivel chairs.
Swivel chairs? Oh, man.
Apollo, try turning the chair around.
Recreate the crime scene with the power of the Nintendo DS. There you go.
Yeah.
Sure.
I love the
The chair's
power of the
facing the other way.
Nintendo DS!
This is my new favorite bit.
Well, I started it in Rise from the Ashes.
And now we get to embrace it even more.
Because I just think that it's very funny that, like, we have to show off the new tech. We have to show off the new tech. What do? Rotate the evidence. Rotate the fucking evidence.
Spin him in his fucking chair.
Spin evidence. Whee!
Whee!
Woohoo! Whee!
You think there's, like, that some Ace Attorney fan has made, like, a car where the tires are designed to look like attorney's badges?
Yes, I hope so.
Not the tires, but maybe the hubcaps.
Oh, yeah.
No, I want golden tires.
Did you read this?
I very dramatically read this after we went over the power of the Nintendo DS.
Okay.
It would have to be.
With the power!
I like because oh shit.
I can't
The
believe...
victim's chair was facing away from the right. The power of the DS!
The power of the
it
DS!
upholds us! So we have to assume that at the time of the murder, the victim's chair was facing away from the table.
I love how they really employed some quality crash test dummies for these recreations.
Yeah. Like, I love that they made full 3D models to show off the power of the 3DS by being like, look at this zoom! Look, it's fully rendered, it's fully 3D! You can do whatever you want with it, you can put it at any angle! Isn't that great?
You can put them in a jar!
We've put the lowest res possible crash test dummies into this crime scene. Don't worry about it.
Mr. Wright returned from informing the police. Which way was the chair facing?
When I came back to the room, body was facing as seen in this photo.
That would mean the killer turned the chair back around.
Let's take the next step. Look at the diagram once more. We now know the victim was facing away from the table at the time of the murder. But this creates another significant contradiction.
Again?
Let's test your reasoning skills again, shall we? Apollo, whose location on this diagram contradicts our new understanding of the crime? The victim, the killers, the witnesses, the second witnesses? Whose location creates a contradiction if the victim was facing away?
Oh, you can't look at your evidence right now. Yeah, you got it.
It's the killer.
They are specifically referring to killer as the K position.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the killer.
Because he was hit on the forehead.
He was hit on the front of his head.
You could look at the autopsy, but you can't.
His head flew back when he was hit.
Yeah. The victim was struck from the front, correct?
Indeed.
Well, wouldn't it be hard for the killer to hit him from the front? Sitting where his indicator currently is?
I would think it'd be quite hard, yes.
Yes, but what you're saying makes no sense! Why would the victim suddenly turn to face the wall in the middle of a game?
I believe a sufficient reason will soon come to light.
What?
Hold on, just strap in. You're gonna love it. There's something in this diagram that makes far less sense, actually. Look again at the diagram. Apollo, if the victim was struck while he was sitting as shown here, where would his assailant be standing? Try marking it on the diagram.
What? But Mr. Wright, there's no room to put a mark where the killer should be. That's a...
Don't worry. Let's think it through and see what we find. We know the victim was facing towards the wall at the time of the crime. That's the only thing we know for sure. Try to forget about everything else. Where would the killer have to be standing for our victim... What the fuck? Where would the killer have to be standing to strike our victim from the front?
With the power of the DS. Were they straddling his lap sexily?
No.
Forget about everything in the room. Where would they have to be if they were in front of him?
So this is what he's saying. Ignore that's a wall. Just like to hit him from the front. Where would he have to be standing? The front. Correct. Good job. The killer had to be standing, well, here. You get points for flair, but that's about all you get.
You wish you could get flair points.
I thought I was onto something there, too. I hardly need to point out that standing there would be impossible! Unless we need to get the fucking Ghostbusters on the case, Mr. Justice! The victim is facing a solid cupboard!
You think Justice here is gonna...
Ghostbusters, we have the power of the Nintendo DS!
You think Apollo's gonna know about the Ghostbusters?
I know about the Ghostbusters, Mr. Wright.
Ah, so you're not as much of a little baby as I thought.
Damn. Or are you claiming the killer climbed the cupboard and hit him from above?
It's simple logic, really. If this was the only place the killer could have been standing, then that means that, at the very moment of the crime...
Wait, I know. At the moment of the crime, the cupboard wasn't there.
What's this now?
I mean, that's the only explanation. Right, Mr. Gavin? Your Honor, I have a suggestion for the defense. We should arrange to examine the cupboard in the hideout immediately.
Send a team to the crime scene immediately. I'll then try to move the cupboard.
Your Honor?
What?
There's one more thing your men should look for. Please give this to the bailiff.
Yes, I see. You do belong in the courtroom after all, Mr. Wright.
I do my best. Let's forge ahead here while we wait. Look at the diagram once again. It's been changed. If the killer was standing here at the time of the crime, then this cupboard wasn't here. Which means... Apollo, try moving the cupboard.
With the power of the DS!
With the power of the DS! Thank you. As you can see, the cupboard wasn't the cupboard was the problem. At the time of the murder, it has to have been as shown here. The window was covered.
The window was covered, you're right. You caught on to that very quickly.
Now everything is in place to reconstruct the moment of the crime. Oh my! What's this?
Sassy bitch, I love him.
This fucking theater kid. He's an art student.
Yeah.
Where is it now?
Oh, I am embracing my art student, Your Honor. Look at the diagram of the crime scene once more. It appears we found yet another contradiction. What I believe to be the final contradiction, in fact.
Huh? Oh, fuck!
Notice something, Apollo? Our line of
Let
deduction.
Apollo say fuck.
Let this man say fuck. Our line of deduction is rapidly approaching its logical conclusion.
I hope you realize that when we do eventually get around to another game that I know we've talked about doing, there is a character that they keep coming close to saying fuck. They never say it unless it's like a very specific reason. If I happen to be voicing that character, they will not say fuck until it is the appropriate time.
Fair enough.
Now then, Mr. Justice, please point to the new contradicting indicator. Is the victim, the killer, the witness, the second witness? Which indicator in this diagram contradicts what we know about the crime? Thing number 2!
About this cupboard. Are we all okay with assuming it was moved?
Sure, why not?
Well, if it was, something really doesn't fit. The cupboard would completely cover up the window to the stairs. Discord ate you, my man.
Did it do it again?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, fine, Discord. How about this? Ah.
Nice. That's right. Someone standing outside wouldn't be able to see in. Someone like Mr. Gavin.
What? What did you say?
Oh. Is the coolest defense in the West losing his cool?
Don't expect me to play along with your little game, right?
It's only a game until someone gets killed, Mr. Gavin. And someone was, while the window to that room was blocked by a cupboard. So, Mr. Gavin, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court? Exactly where did you witness the crime scene from?
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Order! It's a court of law and I will have order.
We just now received word from our investigative team at the Borscht Bowl Club. They've examined the cupboard in the hideout, Your Honor.
Oh? What did they find?
Well, Your Honor, it turns out there is a secret passage behind it.
What?
It slides quite conveniently to the left, covering up that window.
Yes. I believe I mentioned something of the sort before. This is one of those tricks to the room many of our regulars know about.
I do remember him saying something about that now that he mentions it.
A secret passage is a handy thing to have when you're engaged in illegal goings-on. Never know when you might need to duck away from the eyes of the law.
So the room has a secret passage. Where does it go?
The other side connects to the restaurant above. The underworld bosses could get away from the cops and enjoy a cool, cold bowl of borscht, no doubt. Just like our killer.
Ah, dang it.
See where our line of simple deductive reasoning has led us, Apollo?
I see it, but I don't believe it. That girl wasn't kidding when she said I needed this trump card for the last hand. At the time of the murder, the window was blocked, and the victim's hat was only off his head for a few minutes between Mr. Smith's murder and Mr. Wright's return from calling the cops. In other words, the only place anyone could have seen the victim's bald head was from inside the hideout. Well, Mr. Gavin, come on! Say something. Make it all just a bad dream. Prove me wrong, sir.
Dare I ask what really happened that night?
Actually, I think we can probably figure it out ourselves at this point. That night, for whatever reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith. A date with destiny. There he crouched, hidden in the secret passageway behind the cupboard. Holding his breath, waiting for just the right moment. Then the chance came, and he took it.
Oh!
Miss Olga Orley was out cold, struck by Mr. Smith. But his time was soon to come. Mr. Wright went upstairs to call the cops, leaving Mr. Shady Smith alone in the hideout with the unconscious dealer. Then our killer stepped out from the secret passage and into the hideout.
Victim must have heard the cupboard sliding aside.
He wheeled his chair around to look and...
After the deed was done, criminal must have seen blood on the card. He would have, of course, realized the need to destroy the evidence. That single spot of blood told the whole story of the crime.
Too bad for him he didn't linger any longer in the hideout that night. If he had, he might have noticed the cards on the floor. And the fact that they were all red.
It seems this trial has taken yet another turn. I'm truly, truly sorry I had to see this day come.
Mr. Gavin?
Mr. Payne!
Yeah! Yes, Your Honor.
Prosecution will continue its investigation. As for Mr. Phoenix Wright, the defendant, he is hereby cleared of all suspicion.
What?
Believe me when I say I don't believe this is happening, Mr. Gavin. But I'm afraid circumstances call for me to issue a warrant for your arrest. Immediately.
Objection!
Oh, no need to apologize. I rather enjoyed myself. It's not every day they get to witness a legendary attorney's dirty tactics firsthand.
Your points, Mr. Gavin?
Frankly, Your Honor, I'm shocked. A person of your caliber would be taken in by such a low-grade parlor trick. Excuse me? The defendant is cleared of all suspicion? This is hardly the time for jokes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright hasn't proven anyone's guilt or innocence here. What he has done is use illegal evidence to put the blame on someone else. And not just anyone else, but me, his own defense attorney. Illegal evidence?
Objection!
Let me ask you, Mr. Gavin. Is there still any reason, at present, to suspect me of wrongdoing?
Of course. This bottle, for instance.
The bottle of grape juice Mr. Wright was drinking.
How do you intend to explain away the fingerprints on the murder weapon? And not just any fingerprints, am I right, Mr. Payne?
Actually, yes! The fingerprints on the bottle were upside down.
Maybe I just drink weird. Did any of you think of that?
I
Was
seem
Payne
to
drinking with a reverse grip? Wait, having to fucking completely lean your entire upper body backwards to take a sip?
It's a part of my training regimen.
I seem to
Good
recall
shit.
this being an issue earlier.
The court, and this case, demand an explanation. I can think of only one reason why one would hold a bottle upside down. And that is to hit someone with the bottom of the bottle. Well, Your Honor?
See how the caught fish squirms to the last. Well, Apollo,
Yes?
your boss seems awfully concerned about this bottle still. But I'm sure you can come up with a suitable explanation, just like that.
Why? Yeah. Just like what? Why can't you just use your own words? Why would anyone grab a bottle upside down other than to... Ugh.
Because you're my defense attorney. Do your job, dumbass. Don't let him trick you into thinking his explanation is the only legitimate one.
Is there really another?
He put the card in the bottle! Take another look at the court record. I believe you'll find a simple answer there, in plain sight.
I will say you are thoroughly overthinking it, Jeannie.
So, in what
That's where he
instance would
grabbed it
someone
from.
grab a bottle like that?
That's where he
imagine
grabbed it
you-
from.
Yeah, imagine you have a bunch of bottles behind you and you lean back to pick one up. Oh, imagine what grip you would grab the bottle.
Exactly.
How about you just say the answer in plain words?
Ginny?
Is that a ding?
That's it? I think Esther's dinged on it, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a ding. Yay! I'm not the only one.
Use your words! It would be hasty to deliver a verdict with unanswered questions indeed. Well, Mr. Justice?
Mr. Gavin said that the court, in this case, demand an explanation. Don't worry. Justice won't leave until justice is done.
Perhaps the defense would care to enlighten the court? What evidence do you have to explain why the fingerprints on the bottle are upside down?
It's actually easier to show you than to explain, Your Honor. Place that bottle on the floor, next to your chair.
Excuse me? On the floor?
Yes. Now, reach down and pick it up. Without getting out of your chair. Ah! See? You naturally go to pick up the bottle by its neck. With your fingers upside down. Look at this photograph taken on the night of the murder. The defendant, Mr. Wright, sat here, playing piano, bottles of grape juice on the floor to the side of his piano bench. He would have naturally picked up the bottles upside down several times.
Wow. Can't believe it was that simple.
Recall our dinner that evening, Kristoff. I was drinking my usual juice then, too.
Kristoff looks pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you used the bottle on the table to do the deed. But then you must have remembered. So, you went and picked up one of the bottles from under the piano, and you switched the bottles.
That's why. Oh! That's why there's no card in this bottle!
You took one of Mr. Wright's bottles and made it look like the murder weapon.
Order! 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 What do you have to say about these charges, Mr. Gavin? Fascinating. So this is the legendary attorney's famed tactic of misdirection.
Do you have anything in there other than insults and bullshit, or do you actually have something to stand on?
And do you have anything in your sleeves besides forged evidence?
What?
Bitch, it's not even forged.
Stuff that we can't accept in this court? You claim that I switched the bottle? Where is your proof?
Proof? Well, that's,
As I thought, more baseless conjecture. I'm afraid your bottle of proof is quite empty.
You're not clever. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Your Honor, when you initiated the investigation of the hideout earlier, do you recall that I requested an additional investigation? He's so smart. He's so smart. He's so smart.
Yes, I have your memo about that here. Retrieve the bottles from under the piano at the Borscht Bowl Club.
one of them has the missing card in it.
Well, I'm on mute. I
The
thought I heard something
5 of
slam.
hearts.
I'll be back.
Okay. Oh, I assure you, it's quite based.
Nothing but some bullshit evidence. Pulled straight out of your ass. That supple, juicy ass.
God, Jeannie made me scream. She was like, well, it wasn't forged, and I started fucking like, I had to mute because I was like,
I need you to realize that you've already made me do that when we were talking about the castings for another murder mystery series.
Really?
Yeah, like, it's so fucking incredible how both of you apparently have that ability. Of, like, not only calling the future, but predicting it to such a specific degree.
I think she's back.
I am back. We're good.
I also can't wait for like a murder mystery where like two people don't know what's going on, so I can just like observe like the theory crafting in real time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you read this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sick.
Read it before you left.
And here's one of the bottles in question. What, are you going to dust that for fingerprints too? I'd be surprised if any were on that but his.
Mr. Gavin probably wouldn't make such a novice mistake, true. That bottle won't bear a trace of anything.
Say Apollo.
Yes.
Why don't you go ahead and examine that bottle?
But why?
Just do it. God damn it.
Yay!
Ginny, you can't throw shit like that out there. You're gonna ding.
I know. I impulse control, dude. I can't help it. Just
I
humor me.
am so excited to see if any of you ding during our next like murder mystery series.
Dings aren't necessarily bad, to be fair. It's just funny how often they
Just
happen.
incredible.
Mr. Wright.
That bottle will solve this case once and for all.
What? That's some bottle.
There it is.
There it is! There's something inside the bottle.
Now, I have seen a Let's Play where someone saw that and they're just like, ain't no fucking way he actually managed to get that card out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way.
You'd have to turn it upside down like dump, 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 dump. Hang on, bear with me. Dump, 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 dump. What's this? Do you think they have extremely long, like, tweezers at the at
Maybe.
the court?
That card. It can't be.
Recall that unpleasant woman's testimony for a moment.
Miss Olga Orley?
Yeah, sure. Yes, our little swindling Devochka? I think I'm going with that.
Yay, Russia!
That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to. And Wright lost the last hand just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed.
I don't, that word doesn't exist.
What?
Devochka. That's not a word. It's probably two words mashed together. But I don't know. Diva, I would guess. The other part of that word, I have no fucking idea, so I don't know what he's trying to say there. Wait, this isn't... You're telling me that this is the planted card you disposed of? The one you mentioned in this piece of testimony?
I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card. Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of Hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed the card before the game.
Disposed? Where?
There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle. The 5 of Hearts. This is the card. The bottles were swapped. And the only one who could have done that was the 4th person in the club that night. You, Mr. Christoph Gavin. Oh god, why is there an earthquake happening? Oh my god. That is all.
Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix Wright?
For the divorce.
Revenge. Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago?
My past is like my logic. Straight and true. Except my sexuality.
Those are the only straight parts of him.
That's the only straight part of
And
me,
even
I
then,
promise you.
Usually his logic is not straight.
No.
Like...
Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction.
Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tete-a-tete, Mr. Wright.
This is insane! What about me? Don't I get to prosecute anyone?
Nah, go home, Payne. You're good.
You're fired.
You're fired.
I believe this time we finally had come to the end of our trial. Mr. Payne, you have a report for us on Christoph Gavin.
He's admitted everything. We're processing his arrest now.
I see. Still, one has to wonder why he would do such a thing. Didn't even have a connection to the victim, did he?
None that we know of.
Mr. Wright, have you anything to add?
I fucking got him.
you know that in his head right now, he's like, whoop! Got the fucking guy, Christoph, whoop! Fucking guy, Christoph.
I'm afraid I can't shed any more light on the matter.
About this victim, Mr. Shady Smith. His occupation was listed as traveler. An odd profession to be sure, and that's all we know about.
I'll arrange a follow-up investigation, Your Honor.
Good. Mr. Wright?
Yes?
7 years, and you still haven't lost your touch.
Christoph Gavin was a man with much significance for me, both as a friend and a lawyer.
He was extremely talented, to be sure.
I needed two things before I could confront him. First was a place where no injustice would be tolerated, this courtroom. Second was a man who would tolerate no injustice. In other words, a defense attorney. You, Apollo.
Me?
This is a dark time for our legal system. A twisting of justice brought on by our very own initial trial system. We have to set it right.
Mr. Wright.
Our work lies ahead of us. Oh, there's a new portrait!
Yeah. He's looking directly at you.
Yeah. Our work lies ahead of us, and I, for one, am looking forward to it.
Well, it seems like a good time to announce a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty.
You think Gumshoe's still throwing confetti?
No.
Sad.
I'm in Germany, pal!
Y-
Court is adjourned.
I think Trucy does it now.
Who heard that?
Well, actually, maybe she doesn't.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I think it's reasonable to assume that it is Trucy doing it.
Otto says
Gumshoe is
Gumshoe's
dead?
No!
I mean, we never
No.
see him again in this, the 7 years future. He might be dead. We can't
No,
prove
he's not dead.
Oh, new song.
Really? Because we
I'm
see
immortal,
him...
pal.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Thanks, Apollo. You came through just like I thought you would.
I'm pretty sure I didn't do a thing in there. It was you who cornered Mr. the Killer.
I couldn't have done it by myself. You sensed it too today, didn't you? Your ability.
Ability?
Yes, a sensitivity I lack. You'll come to understand it soon enough.
Wait, I wonder if he means... I have one question for the witness, then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true?
Of course it's true.
What's this weird vibe I'm getting? What was that, Mr. Wright?
What the hell? Hold on, I'm gonna be back.
Yeah, how would Phoenix know about that? Oh, I guess you weren't thinking about it. Okay.
No, she wasn't. It sounded like something went wrong.
I think Bear's throwing it back too hard.
Just look over and Bear's doing the fucking gritty.
Bear's fucking twerking like an Among Us bean.
But yeah, the only time we see Gumshoe again is in the past, like 7 years ago. And then after this game, we don't see him at all.
We have the investigations games to look forward to.
Yeah, but that's also in the past. Like that's what I'm saying. Technically, we don't know what's going on with Gumshoe, like, at this current point in the timeline. Like, we never see him from this point onwards. Like, we will see more of him playing the games, but, like, I wonder what he's up to.
That is a bit of a tragedy.
I like to imagine he got a really big retirement package.
His whole $5. Like, whoa, pal!
I was gonna give him, like, the credit of $20.
Yeah, he'd make that shit last.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, how does Phoenix Wright know what the hell that was?
I don't know.
You'll find out.
Ah.
Please press X.
Sorry, I was adjusting my mic. I kept getting loose.
Okay.
You'll have to find the answer to that question yourself.
The answer. Right. Today was full of questions without answers. Most of them about Mr. Gavin.
Well,
We'll never find out.
what possible reason could he have had to commit murder? Perhaps you'll learn in the days to come.
Huh? Wait, you don't know, do you?
This locket is the key.
Huh? Oh, that reminds me. I met the girl whose picture is in your locket. She's so baby.
She is so baby.
Your daughter, right?
That's right. She's my daughter. You know, you were right about this locket.
Eh?
I took this off his neck the night he died. But it looks like our dear Russian scam artist saw me. So the truth is, this locket really did belong to him.
Wait! But that's perjury! You testified! You said the locket was yours!
Yeah, it is, because I stole it. I said no such thing, actually.
Huh?
I merely said that it was a locket with my daughter's picture inside. A subtle distinction, but a distinction nonetheless. And it's the truth.
So, Jeannie, why do you think this random man that we know nothing about would have a locket of Phoenix's daughter in it?
There's a huge cover-up going on.
Wait, but then... why? Why was the victim wearing a locket with a picture of your daughter inside of it?
Sometimes the straightest path to the truth isn't the best one. Give it time. You're still just getting started with your career.
Oh, speaking of which, I may be out of a job. I work for Gavin Law Offices after all. I still can't believe I just saw Mr. Gavin get led away in handcuffs.
Apollo,
Yes?
how about coming to work for me?
Huh? You mean, at the Wright & Co. Law Offices? I mean, there's not a single attorney in my generation that doesn't know it.
I can't imagine that to be true, but...
Wait, but didn't you, you're not,
Oh, I turned in my badge, yes. I'm not an attorney anymore.
That incident 7 years ago. That legendary trial. And at the middle of it all was one man. Phoenix Wright. The case reached its sad conclusion, and he left law for good. Have you ever thought about coming back to the courts?
I'm not qualified to stand in a court of law, I'm afraid. Didn't you notice in today's trial? There's a single piece of forged evidence. What?
Forged evidence? What are you talking about?
What the fuck? Wait. Oh, the hat.
No.
No.
What? The hat? What the fuck are you talking about?
He put the hat on the defendant, the
He
victim's
forged
head.
the hat! He created an
No,
entirely
no,
brand new hat!
No, he put the hat on the victim's
That's
head.
Jeannie,
But
hang on. That's not forged. That's not.
okay.
No.
That's
Jeannie
altering
means
the
that
crime scene. That's not forging evidence.
that is tampering with the crime scene. He created a piece of evidence. Christoph put that there. Where'd you get that?
Got that from his daughter. I'm talking about evidence that shouldn't have existed. A naughty magician's trick.
Do you really think that, given all the talking we did, Christoph wouldn't have destroyed that fucking card?
It's true.
There's no way it can exist. Huh. One piece of evidence struck me as odd. It's true. It just seemed, well, too perfect. I'll bet this was the forged evidence. You mean this, don't you? I got this from your Your daughter, Mr. Wright.
Yes. That card couldn't have been found at the crime scene. Why? Because the killer took it with him when he left, leaving the wrong card in its place. Luckily for us.
The court can accept this evidence. It's a fraud.
A fraud? How can you be so sure? I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene. The real killer. My verdict was already handed down 7 years ago.
Stretch.
Okay.
Then, you really...
Yes. I forged this card. One look at the crime scene should have told you it wasn't real.
But you can't do something like that and call yourself an attorney!
Who's calling themselves an attorney, Apollo?
So it's true. The rumor is true. 7 years ago.
None of that matters much now, does it?
Ah! Ah!
Ow, why the fuck did you smack me?
I punched him. Imagine Phoenix Wright, like your idol,
Just
who has...
presented
Okay, you can do it.
forged evidence. Hey, Phoenix motherfucking Wright created forged evidence. Like, you can tell just by the way, like, Apollo talks about him, that he looks up to Phoenix so much. And for Phoenix to, like slide him some forged evidence for his first case.
Yeah.
And so, like, oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Especially with, like, because he also said, so then the rumors are true. Like, rumors of, like, this legendary, like, fucking defense attorney, like, who must have forged evidence. Handing you forged evidence and going like, yeah, I forged it. Who gives a shit? Like, that must be, like, world-shattering.
Jesus.
So that's why I named the stream what it's named. Legendary defense attorney Phoenix Wright forges evidence.
Legendary defense attorney Christoph Gavin commits murder.
Yeah. Both of these stars have fallen today.
It's your story from here on out, Apollo. Perhaps I can help you turn the next page. My office's address. Drop in if you like.
Also, props to Phoenix for just taking that. He's like full, like, I want you to know, that was like a full wind-up fucking, like, full fucking punch. And Phoenix is just like, yep, fair. Alright, here's my office.
His body has been trained by Pearl.
Yeah! Mr.
He's
Wright.
fucking immortal.
Oh, about your uppercut. Try yelling, "Take that!" next time. I find it packs a little more punch. And Apollo.
What a sassy fucking cunt.
I love him. And Apollo, thanks for today. I had a good time.
Apollo's gotta be like fucking shaking up a storm right now.
This fucking music.
I'm not followed by this music.
Mr. Wright walked out the door. And that's how my first trial ended. A lot of mysteries went unsolved. And, at the time, I had no idea they were all related. Every mystery that day, connected by a single thread of logic. I'd find that soon out. What the fuck? I'd find that out soon enough.
It's okay.
It
My name
happens to the best of us.
is Apollo Justice, attorney at law. And this is how my story begins.
And
So, what do you think about...
I don't know if we want to keep going, but, like, goddamn.
What do you think about legendary defense attorney Phoenix Wright? Because, like, I want you to know, Jeannie, like, partway through that trial, you said, but that card wasn't forged, and I had to mute to scream. Because, yes, it was.
And this had to be like soon after
very soon, very, very soon after Game 3, he got,
He lost his badge for presenting forged evidence.
Yeah. I think that's fairly well implied with then the rumors were true.
Yeah.
That's how that trial ended.
Like, I'm sure the reason he would be, like, he lost his badge or he turned his badge in wouldn't have been made public knowledge.
Yeah, the reason. That's why it's just a rumor. Like, to save, like, his reputation, I think it was mostly kept under, like... Not under wraps, but, like, you know, not, like, publicly, like, written about.
I feel like
there were like a select few people that would have known.
Yeah.
I feel like either one, he was framed, or two, he did it because he had no other choice.
I mean, keep in mind, he just handed you forged evidence with a smile and said, yeah, I forged it. What are you gonna do about it, weather boy? Like...
Well, because I think at this point, his reputation as an attorney doesn't really matter anymore. He's not an attorney. He might run the law offices, but he's not an attorney.
Do we feel like seeing a little bit about the next case?
Yeah, do you want to continue or no? Because it's understandable if not.
I kind of don't. My throat's kind of hurting.
Okay.
Like one of my tonsils. I think I was yelling too much last night. That was great. This is going to be fantastic.
Like I said, I think that's my favorite first case in the series. Just because, like, there's so much that happens. It's like, here's your, like, you know, here's your Mia. He's a murderer. Here's legendary Ace Attorney, fucking Phoenix Wright. He's kind of a jackass, and he just handed you forged evidence. It's like, oh my god!
Like, Apollo is losing his goddamn mind right now.
He literally is. Well, thank you all for watching. When is next stream, do we think? I am off at 9 on Wednesday the 1st on New Year's Day.
Okay. I think I'm free. I don't think I should.
I know I'm free.
Going on. Yeah.
Sick. Wednesday then.
I'm only doing... Yeah, I'm working my, like, now sort of usual, like, Thursday, Friday graveyards, so...
Sick.
Yeah, I'm free on Wednesday.
Nice. Well, have a happy new year, everybody. The year's almost out already. What the fuck happened?
Right.
Like, comment, subscribe. Go to the main channel, watch the edited stuff. It's pretty good. Join the Discord. You'll get notifications when uploads go live, and also when we go live. In case just getting the Twitch notifications isn't enough for you, you weirdo. Join us Wednesday. Join us next year. Ha ha! I'm so fucking funny. Laugh. Comment down below. What? Something about forged evidence. I don't know.
What's your favorite piece of Phoenix's forged evidence?
What's your favorite piece
Is it
of forged
perhaps
evidence?
Is it perhaps the missing fifth ace?
Is it the fifth ace? Or maybe it's the fifth ace. Oh, but you can't forget the fifth ace.
I do still love how, like, even as he's having, like, his own fucking Ace Attorney villain breakdown moment, Kristoff is still calm
Yeah.
in, like, such a fascinating way.
Yeah.
Like, not a word Like every other breakdown is accompanied by them like screaming that they're losing it. Kristoff is just silent.
Yeah. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe. Stay lovely. Have a great fucking day. Have a happy new year.
Bye.
Bye, Nara.
I can't believe Olga left her plates in there, though.
I can't believe they rose like the magnetic field around fucking Kristoff.
They rose from the ashes.
Oh, they rose to the ash. I'm going to kill you.